Hello, internet. I use you all the time, but not like the rest of you. So this is me. This is me licking a plate. It's very close up, and it is evidence of what I've been doing for much of this last year, which is researching Aphrodisia, our kind of holy grail of desire. And Aphrodisia, very simply, is a food or drug that elicits sexual desire. So I originally started with the idea that this was an ingredient, right? But no, it is much more than that. We can desire things that are commodity-based. We can desire things that are wrapped in myth and culture. And why? Why do we have this behavior of desire? Well, simply put, sex is a very low-level behavior, right? And we like to do things like eat, drink, have sex because they are nice, and they are nice because they actually help us procreate. They help us survive. So I started looking at this topic within this context of niceness. Like, why should you go out with him? He's really nice, right? Well, what does that mean? It actually means more than just one thing. It means that niceness is made up of all of our senses put together. And so I want to talk to you a little bit about desire through those senses. And our first sense is sight, right? It's our primary visual sense. And sight and desire have this very nice relationship, which actually means that we like things that look like things that we like, right? Those are penises and vaginas, Georgia O'Keeffe, the oyster, the most universal of all aphrodisiacs, right? It looks like female genitalia. It sort of feels like it and tastes like it too. Here's a great ad, right? It's an ad for mayonnaise with a carrot. Like mayonnaise and carrots go together, right? No. But we all know where this comes from. And who knew that the Romans knew about this too? The Romans used to employ sacred prostitutes to bake these things called colifia, which are crescent-shaped rolls from which the croissant descends. Think about that next time you order breakfast, right? They believed these things gave them heightened sexual powers. Now, our sense of smell is one of our most potent senses. It touches on everything from emotion to memory, protection, even attraction, right? This is a very powerful sense. And Julius Caesar actually capitalized on this as far back as Roman times, where he declared the sense of smell to be the fire of love. And what did that do? It made Romans buy a lot of perfume. They dumped more frankincense and myrrh on themselves than Jesus knew what to do with. And Brillat Savarin, a culinary perspective, the great French gastronome, used to tout the wonders of fish in terms of sexual productivity. Well, why? Fish smells like sex. And so does coffee. You didn't know this, did you? No, but in Brazil, there are actually young women who will strain coffee through their soiled underpants, believing that their vaginal secretions mixed with caffeine will woo men and render them useless. Now, so does kissing, right? Touch is our greatest transmitter. I think we have something like 42 miles of nerve endings around our body, right? And so this actually is probably why at a very young and impressionable age, I stalked my bread-making teacher in college named Dane so we could rub dough together. And it might also be why this direct descendant, obviously, of the Romans is hugging his croissant. But it also is why this book was written. So if you actually want a proper manual, you can go back to Middle Ages and find this book called Deconstructing, which was written by Constantine the African, the great sexologist of the Middle Ages. And he actually codified things like kissing and caressing, therefore directly relating the importance of touch in desire. Now, we wrap it all up with sound. And this is a very fast overview, I know. But sound is something that's so important. We all know the wonder of a little sweet nothing whispered in your ear. But it also has biological origins. You know, Darwin actually discovered that early females used high-pitched voices to attract men. And so when we look at all of our popular culture, we look at incredible songstresses like Mariah Carey, we all know perhaps why we make babies. I'll leave you with this. It's a very simple code, so now you can all leave Internet Week, fall in love, get a date. Just remember to smell good, look good, feel good, taste good, and sound good. That was not a critique on any of you. You're all beautiful people. But there is a very special thing to remember as well. Within all of this, within all of our dissection, there is such a thing called love. And the Roman philosopher Seneca stated this: I will show you a filter without potions, without herbs, without witches' incantations. If you wish to be loved, love. Thank you.